welcome back to my channel, or if this is the first time that you're seeing one of my videos. Hi, my name is Madison, and today is one of the best kinds of videos to make because today we are going over all the plans for my upcoming trip to Walt Disney World. It is a gloomy, gross, rainy day outside today, so I have my ring light set up behind the camera, so sorry if the lighting looks a little strange. That also means that style-wise, nothing will hold in my hair, so I just threw it up in a bun. Last night I did like a really complicated like twisty braid thing, and the second I stepped outside today, it just completely fell out. So my hair is giving Tinkerbell today, which is okay, fitting. Can't really even see what shirt I'm wearing. It is this Phantasmic Sorcerer Mickey shirt. Anyway, these are the videos that I tend to ramble on and on and on and on in, and I don't want this to end up being a super long filming time because I have somewhere I have to get today. But this is my second favorite type of video to make. First favorite is definitely packing video because that means we're about to leave, obviously. This one's very fun. In this one, I'm going to be going over all of the details of when we're going, how long our trip's going to be, where we're staying, who's going, all the things. And we're doing something new this trip and I'm so excited about it. I have typed up my list of everything to go over, and last time I did one of these videos, it was honestly so helpful. I had so many people commenting like their favorite things to do or their recommendations, all this stuff. So this trip, I've never gone this time of year before. So there's a lot of things that I'm going to be, can I speak English? There are a lot of things that I'm going to be asking advice or opinions or thoughts on. So get your typing fingers ready. We're all fueled up. I've got a liquid IV right here on the table. I've got my little popcorn bucket that has a snack in it. Also, if you hear that clicking noise, it's something in the dryer that I probably need to go take out because it's gonna make that noise legit the entire time. Let's get it rolling. Okay, we are heading back to Disney World in September. This Disney World trip is end of September for 6 days. I am going with, this trip is me, my mom, my best friend Michaela, and her mom. So girls trip, 4 people going. And this trip was actually a surprise for my best friend's mom. Earlier this year, me and my mom were talking, we were like, we need to do a girls trip soon. And Michaela and I had already been talking about wanting to go to Disney. So we were like, what if me, you, Becky, and Michaela all went to Disney World together? And so Michaela and I started talking, and then we just kind of threw the trip together and surprised her for her birthday. So she knows. I'll insert a picture right here of the day that we told her. I don't think I've ever been to Disney World when it is decorated for fall. I've been for Christmas because one year we went, I think we did January maybe. Dayton and I went in January and it was like still decorated for Christmas, but fall, I have never been there when it's decorated for fall before, so I'm excited about that. And I'm really excited about the resort that we're staying. Sorry, I keep like smacking my hand. I'm very excited about the resort that we're staying at. We are staying at Saratoga Springs, and I have stayed there before. It's been probably in high school when I stayed there the last time, and like the trips to Disney that I used to take with my family when I was in like elementary school, middle school, high school, we did not do resort time at all. Like, I don't even know why we stayed on property, honestly, because we always rented a car. We never did a resort day, like ever. So this time we have a resort day plan thrown in there, which really technically I think we're gonna get 2 resort days because the day that we get there. But anyways, I love that Saratoga is walking distance to Disney Springs. It's kind of can be a long walk depending on like where you get placed, because I know it's like a very spread out big resort. I think Saratoga is so pretty and I just like the area, so I'm excited to be able to stay there. Originally, when it was just me and Michaela planning this trip, we were like, okay, I think if we just did no resort days, just did parks, we could get 1 room at Pop Century and just be there to sleep, and that's it. And then when my mom got on board, she was like, oh no, I want a resort day. I want all of this stuff. And we ended up actually renting DVC points. Let me know down below if anybody wants a DVC rental video, because I was very confused about it, and I found a couple different YouTube videos of people like kind of explaining it, but really I felt like I was kind of on my own to figure out how it all worked. So if you'd like that, let me know and I can do that. But we rented the DVC points, 2-bedroom villa. So excited. Another thing with this trip, so Michaela actually just had like major surgery, so her 8-week date of healing is actually like the week that we leave to go on the trip. So it wasn't planned. We planned this trip way before like her surgery was scheduled. So fingers crossed that I can like do the rides and all of that. Another thing specific to this trip is we are not doing park hoppers for like the first time ever. I am a park hopper girly. I can do 3, I could do 4. I just held up a 5. I could do all 4 parks in one day, and I think I have before. Anyone that does not do park hoppers, if you have any tips for making sure you hit everything you want to hit in one day at the park, let me know. I think my goal would be every morning, get there for early park entry, stay probably like through lunch, come back to the resort, take like 2 or 3 hours in the afternoon, go back at night to the same park. But we'll see what happens. My brain is a little all over the place because I have like so many random little things I want to talk about, but I think the best way to do this is going to be to go order top to bottom, day that we get there, day that we leave, and just hit all of the stuff in order. So let's go through each day planned out top to bottom. Day 1, Monday. This will be obviously our travel to Disney World day. Our flight right now, I think it originally was leaving at like 5 a.m. and getting in at 7, but now I think it's getting in at 10 maybe. It got pushed back a little bit. That day right now, we're scheduled to land in Orlando anywhere from 10 to 11-ish. It keeps getting like moved around. So that day is just going to be a resort Disney Springs day. How else do you do a travel day? I have not yet decided if we're going to do an Uber to get from the airport to the resort, or we're gonna do mirrors. Last time I had a great experience with the mirrors. I really, really love it. I believe that it's like way cheaper than getting an Uber for 4 people, so I'll need to look in that again and book that if that's what we're gonna end up doing. That day, I don't really have anything planned other than dinner idea. So last time we went to Summer House on the Lake. It's a new restaurant in Disney Springs. It is wonderful. Everything about it, like the food that my mom and I both got, just the atmosphere. It's got like a little cookie bar in it. It's great. So that night we are definitely going to dinner there. The rest of the day, a lunch spot or just whatever we get up to that day, unplanned. Nice part about this trip, obviously the 4 of us are gonna wanna be able to stay together and do stuff together, but if necessary, my mom and Michaela's mom, oh hello, my mom and Michaela's mom are also really good friends. They can do their own thing. Michaela and I could go do our own thing, you know, but we'll probably stay together most of the time. That's all I have written down for the travel day. Don't really like to plan that other than to be like, okay, I know we're going to dinner at this time. Then we can just kind of walk around Disney Springs, do whatever we want to do there. Tuesday, the next day, we are doing Magic Kingdom. So that is our Magic Kingdom day. Right off the bat, the very first thing that I booked for us to do that day is to do a breakfast at Crystal Palace, because Winnie the Pooh and all of those characters are Michaela's like absolute favorite, and she's never gotten to meet them before in the park. So I was like, this is a guarantee to meet the 4 of them and you get to eat, and it's the cutest restaurant ever. So right off the bat, we're doing that, I think right when the park opens for early entry, like right at 8:30 or something like that. For every day that we're at the parks, I have things broken down into categories of I just called it must-dos, because Michaela's mom really has never done any of this stuff before. I was like, okay, if we do anything at these parks, these are the things we absolutely have to get done. So, must-dos for Magic Kingdom, Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Duh, I haven't gotten to do that either. It just opened up, and right now it looks like they're only doing the virtual queue for that. So I need to look into what that does with like virtual queue there and with Tron. I don't know how that works. But my top ones on there are Tiana's Bayou Adventure, Tron, Space Mountain, 7 Dwarfs, Winnie the Pooh, Peter Pan, and then the last 2 are the Walt Disney Railroad, because I haven't gotten to do that yet either, and then the Astro Orbiter. I was going to do it last time, and then we didn't do it last time, and Michaela loves all things outer space, so we're going to do those. Oh no, what did I just do? So those are going to be priority things that we're like for sure going to want to get done. It's going to be a very heavy morning of trying to get all those things done, because we will leave the park, go back to the resort, rest a little bit, change into our costumes, and head back to Magic Kingdom because we are going to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. That was a last minute add-on addition because Michaela and I were talking and we're like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be decorated for Halloween. Like, I've never done any of the parties before. I wasn't even on my radar. We didn't pick this time or date in the year because that was going on, like not on my radar at all. She really loves all of the villains and all that. So we were talking about, why isn't Maleficent always in the park? And then I was like, oh my gosh, I just saw something about the Halloween party and it didn't even register in my mind that we might be there during it. And so then I looked it up and I was like, it's going on while we're there, we have to go. And so she and I got tickets for that day. So this next whole chunk of this video is gonna be talking about Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party because I know little to no information about it and I need help. Now, disclaimer before going into it, if I had known that we were doing the party, I would have planned everything out differently, but we have limited days and we do want a rest day. Like, I did not want to use the rest day in the evening to go to the party. I understand the whole thing about it's kind of stupid to use your Magic Kingdom ticket day when you also have the party. Like, I know that. It's just how it's working out this time. In the future, I will not be doing something like that. Just how it's working out this time. It's still gonna be, everything's gonna be okay. So, Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party is 7 p.m. to midnight, I believe. But I think you can enter the park at 4, but the party starts at 7. I'm excited because apparently it's the only time adults can go like full-on costume. Listen, one thing about me, if it involves wearing a costume, I'm gonna be there. So, by people that have done Mickey's Not So Scary before, what are your must-dos? Like, I know certain things with like Space Mountain where it's like pitch black, they turn all the lights off. Boo to You Parade, of course. Trick-or-treating? Is it worth it? Something with Hocus Pocus show? But besides that, I really don't know what to expect or anything like that. Circling back around to the costumes, I 100% will be wearing a costume. Michaela and I have already tried to come up with some ideas. We're thinking about like, okay, in September, obviously it's still gonna be hot, so we don't wanna wear anything that's like long sleeve, long pants, or really anything with a wig. So then we're like, okay, hair colors. I'm blonde. She's been dyeing her hair this like purpley maroon, like plum color. Those are gonna be our hair colors. Like, what can we work around that? And so we've come up with a couple of different ideas. I think the one that we kind of landed on, at least for now, was doing Tinkerbell and Vidya. Tinkerbell, and then hers is like that plum color for Vidya. That would probably be fine. I know that they have rules about like no fake weapons, nothing dragging the ground. So I think that would work out well. If anyone else has any other ideas, let me know, comment down below, because we haven't purchased anything for them yet, so there's still time. I've heard so many great things about Mickey's Not So Scary. I've heard from a lot of people that it's their favorite party, like it tops even Christmas. I think it'll be good that we're doing that like our first day too, because we're gonna have the most energy with that night. The only other thing that I'm wondering, I'm throwing like 50 million questions out there for y'all to answer, but with this upcoming like park vlog series, would you want this first day to be like 2 separate vlogs? Do Magic Kingdom morning and then a whole separate vlog for Mickey's Not So Scary? I think that makes the most sense because it is going to be like so different, but so that's what I'm thinking, but let me know. That is our plan for our Magic Kingdom day. The next day, which is a Wednesday, is going to be Animal Kingdom. I don't know if anyone else has a set order that you're like, I must do the parks in this order, but I do, and mine is Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, Epcot. Don't know why, that's just how it goes. Wednesday, Animal Kingdom. Food-wise this day, I'm just planning on doing a quick lunch at Satuli Canteen. It's so good, it's not expensive. My must-dos at Animal Kingdom: rope dropping the safari. There is no other way to do the safari. If you are not rope dropping the safari, you're doing it wrong. So rope drop safari, flight of passage, the jungle trek, Rafiki's Planet Watch, Everest, and Dinosaur. So I talked about this in my last vlog series, but they're gonna take Dinosaur, oh my gosh, hello? They're gonna take Dinosaur away from us soon, and I don't know how soon is. It might still be a couple of years, but I feel like when they close something, they just like give you a week's notice and they're like, oh, it's closing. I love that ride, and I really hope that they keep the ride and just repurpose it into something else. Dinosaur is going to be one that I'm going to be really sad about it going away. Jungle Trek and Rafiki's Planet Watch are 2 things that I have not done yet either, and I wanted to do them last time and we just didn't, because Animal Kingdom is so underestimated for how much time you can spend there. Like, people all the time are like, oh, it's half-day park. It's not. Like, they have a lot of things to do, and some of it is stuff that like takes time. Last time we ran out of time there. This trip, we're gonna be going morning and evening, so definitely we'll be able to hit all of these things. Then the next day, Thursday, we are going to do a resort day. So this was not actually something that I had planned out. We originally were not even going to do a resort day. On our day that we actually travel home from Disney World, our flight is so late that we decided to make that a park day. The Thursday is going to be a resort day, and we're going to start the day off by going to the Poly for breakfast at Ohana. So I've heard mixed reviews about Ohana. I have heard people that absolutely love it and people that do not like it at all. I've heard that the breakfast experience is way different than like lunch and dinner experience, because breakfast food is breakfast food. Like, you know, you're getting your eggs, your Mickey waffles, your bacon, all that stuff. My main reason for wanting to do Ohana breakfast is because it's the breakfast thing with Stitch. So my mom and Michaela both really love Stitch. So that was, okay, another good time to be able to meet a character, but we're also eating, and then being able to like walk around the Poly, and I know that they have like Dole Whip, and they have their cute little stores there, and they have the coffee shop. Like, the Poly is just such a fun one to be able to just hang out at. So we're gonna do breakfast at the Poly, and then the rest of the day really is just up in the air. So I would love to be able to really like spend time at the pool. I know that Saratoga has like multiple pools, so if you've stayed at Saratoga before and you're like, oh, this is the best pool or this is the best section, let me know, because I don't know those things. I would love to be able to just get on the monorail, do the monorail loop, resort hop a little bit. I've never gotten off the monorail at the Contemporary before, so I've never walked around there. I would like to at least go down and like look at, I don't even know what's there. Like, what do you do there? I believe while we are there, the spa at Saratoga is not going to be in use. I don't know if they're closing it. I don't know if they're, I know that the spa at the Grand Floridian is the one that they send people to. Maybe Michaela and I will like run around that day and the moms will go to the spa or something. I don't know, but that will just be a nice relaxing day. This last trip that my mom and I went on was just such a reminder of like, you gotta have a resort day in there or you're gonna be exhausted. So that is kind of what our resort day is planned out to look like right now. Again, obviously don't have any dinner plans on that day, so if it's a restaurant at a resort or a different one that you recommend in Disney Springs, let me know. Then Friday is Hollywood Studios Day, so while we're there, because we are staying at Saratoga, we are getting extended hours at Hollywood Studios. So kind of planning that day with that in mind, that we have those extended hours. The only meal that I have planned, which is a new one for me, is the Roundup Rodeo barbecue for dinner. So I have not done Roundup Rodeo before. Again, heard mixed feelings. I feel like that's everything though. Like, there's mixed feelings across the board about everything. Roundup Rodeo is gonna be at 6:30. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, that's probably gonna take an hour and a half on that night. Because it's extended hours, they have 2 showings of Fantasmic. I believe it's 9:30 and 10:30, or maybe it's 9 and 10. I don't know. I'll have to look that up again. But must-dos for Hollywood Studio Day: Tower of Terror, Rock and Roller Coaster, Rise of the Resistance, and then Fantasmic. Of course, there's so much other stuff to do there, but those are like the, I must do these things. But I'm excited about having the extended hours, because at that point, hopefully we will have had our rest day. We're a little bit recharged, and then we move into another like longer park day. So in my mind, having that Roundup Rodeo, sorry, I keep looking down at my phone. Having that Roundup Rodeo dinner at 6:30 probably get us out by 7:30 or 8. And then that first showing of Fantasmic is 9 or 9:30. That first showing of Fantasmic, I think, is at 9. So all of the non-extended hours people will probably be going to that Fantasmic, which hopefully that means that lines are cut down. So we might have a good chunk of a few hours where lines are short and we can just rapidly go around and do whatever else we wanted to do that day. And then we would do the 10:30 showing of Fantasmic. I know my mom for sure will want to see I mean, I love that show. I think it's amazing. I legit cry every time that, oh, here he is, that he's on top of the very tippy top of the mountain, and then there's the puff from here, and then appears down at the bottom, and he goes, oh, some imagination, huh? That gets me every time. That is the plan for the Hollywood Studios Day. I am a Woody's Lunchbox girly through and through, so I will be having tacos for lunch that day for sure. But other than that, oh my gosh, wait, I forgot about Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Duh. Also, I still can't say that. Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Runaway Railway. Adding her to the list. Can't believe I just forgot that. There's probably a lot of things on here, honestly, that I forgot, but it's okay. And then our last day, which is a Saturday, Last day is going to be our Epcot day. So I think I had a lot of people comment on my last travel home day when we did a park on the travel home day. They were like, what did you do with your luggage? So at every Disney resort, if you're going into a park on your travel home day, you still like unpack your room, like you have to be checked out by a certain time, but then you give all of your luggage to Bell Services. They tag all of your bags, give basically you like the receipt with the matching number, and then they store it in a safe place. You come back when it's time for you to leave, you give them your receipt, and they give you your luggage back. So that whole system is fantastic to be able to use. So that day, I don't know, maybe we'll see what happens with this. I would like to still be able to go in and rope drop Epcot because I love walking around World Showcase kind of before everything opens, because there's just no one over there, and it's so nice if you wanna like get pictures, or obviously like I will be getting like vlog footage of stuff. But on our Epcot day, for restaurant-wise, we won't be there long enough to be able to eat dinner somewhere, but we will for sure want to do probably like a sit-down lunch, because we're going to be there until we leave, because we're not going to have a room to go back to at that point. So it'll be nice to like have a lunch plan, to be able to sit down, get some AC, all of that stuff. So I think I gave Michaela the option of choosing Mexico, France, China, or Italy to eat lunch in, and she picked Italy. So I think that restaurant is Tutto Italia Ristorante. Maybe is how you say it? I don't really know, because I know they have the actual sit-down restaurant and then they have the pizzeria. So we're not doing the pizzeria, we're doing the actual like nicer restaurant. And then on my must-do list, I only have 3 things written down. I know there's so much more to do, but I have Cosmic Rewind, Living with the Land, and Soarin' as my 3 like have to do these before we can leave. Hot take, I'm not the biggest fan of the Ratatouille ride. And maybe it was just my first experience of ever riding it, because it was hot, we waited in the line every bit of 3 or 4 hours for it, and it just didn't live up to my expectations, I think, for waiting that long in the line. I don't know. It's super cute, like very, very immersive. It's just not my favorite, I guess. I'm not saying it's bad. It's not bad at all. It's just not my favorite ride. So if it's anything above an hour, I'm probably not riding it. We'll see. And obviously there's a ton of other like little things that we'll do everything there, but those are like gonna be the 3 like priority things that we do for sure. I'm gonna be so sad because we're not gonna get to watch Luminous. I love Luminous. Disney Plus actually just released a mini documentary on the building of all the new stuff in Epcot, and they talk about that show. And I think it's for me maybe the song, or maybe just like the memory of that show will forever be connected to the fact that I started all this Disney stuff and doing my Disney vlogging and stuff was while that show was going on. It'll always be special to me in that way, but we're not gonna get to see it, and that's so very sad. I guess I can watch it on YouTube whenever I want to, but I don't know, it makes me cry every time. I guess it really doesn't take a lot to make me cry. I'm a big crier, but so those are all of our park days kind of listed out top to bottom of everything that we're gonna be doing on the trip. There's always a couple random things that I have noted down, and really right now the only thing I have noted is merch wise. Sometimes there's things I want to like, specific things I want to be looking for. This time there is a pair of ears. No, actually there's 2 things. There's 2 pairs of ears that I want, and that's not good. I love every single bit of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway merch that they have, and it's just in the little stand that's outside of the ride. But those ears that have them like they're in the car, and then it's got the little bird in the middle, and then like music notes, I want that so bad. And I also want the new pie ears that they came out with. It's like little strawberry pie that has the gingham bow in the middle that can be removed. I think I'm gonna be ordering those actually before we even go, because I'm like, by the time I get there, they probably aren't gonna be there anymore. Michaela really loves Maleficent, so they just came out with a Maleficent pair with, I think it's her as the dragon. So she's got like the Maleficent horn ears, but now they have like normal Mickey ears, and then it's like the dragon wings, I think. So I'm gonna be keeping my eye on those. Disney Store all the time is like dropping random sales on things, so if they go down in price, I will probably buy them before we go. And then Magic Band wise, I've already got mine. My mom has hers from last time. I have like the light pink Minnie Mouse, my mom has Ariel, and then Michaela got the Stitch Magic Band, and then her mom got Clarabelle from like old Mickey cartoons. So they actually have them right now, I think. I need to just be able to like get them from them and set them up before we leave at some point. That's kind of everything for planning this upcoming trip. At this point, we are like 55 days out, I think. So that's why I like already have all my restaurant reservations and stuff done. It's gonna be here before we know it because that's how it happens every time. Once you hit the 60-day mark, it's basically like tomorrow. This is the first video in my September Disney World series. I believe there will be, let's see, there's this one. That's 9. I think I might throw in 2 extra ones. I might do a like clothing merch based video before my packing video, because packing videos I'm never showing like all the stuff that I'm bringing. I kind of just put outfits together, but I could do that. And then I also haven't done a post-trip haul wrap-up type video before, so I think I'm going to add that. So in total, this series might be 11 videos, which I'm excited about. These are the best kind of videos to make. Thank you for commenting down below all of the answers to all of the questions that I asked about this video. I know it was a lot. I will read and respond to every single one of them, so thank you. And as always, thank you for subscribing to my channel and watching my videos. This is so much fun and I love sharing and being able to just document the experience. So I really, really appreciate it. Thank you again for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!